they're looking at future stars, Meslier. I don't really look at goalkeepers, but this one spiked my interest because he's 6'5" with 3-star weak foot. You can see here he's got really good reactions, good positioning, kicking, handling, diving. A little bit slow on acceleration, but I don't think that will matter too much. And you can see here, saves with feet, comes for crosses, and has a long throw. So these are some of the best traits for a goalkeeper. We'll talk about prices, what I thought about the card, is he good enough, etc. at the end of the review on Footbin. That being said, let's go jump into some gameplay, but have a word from today's sponsor first. Are you tired of playing sweat teams like this? Make sure you go to Alt Nice, select Foot 23 coins, choose which console and how many coins you'd like to buy, select your payment method, and don't forget to add code NANIC for 6% off on all orders. So we'll see how we get on today. Our opponent has got Mbappe and Messi, etc. So he's got some good opponents to play against. I'm really interested to see, because the goalkeepers are such an interesting conversation, as it were, because they're a position you don't necessarily control. If somebody knows how to manipulate the goalkeeper in terms of getting shots off, 9 out of 10 times I don't save anything. But you can see here he looks quite big in game, so that's going to be quite a good thing for us in terms of if he has the ability to score or not, or save the shots even, not score. We don't want him to score. But we are going to try and get a couple goals first and then let the guy run through and try and get a few shots off with him if we can. So we get ourselves a goal there. Now we've got the cushion to kind of let him run through a little bit and try and get some goals. We don't want him to shoot as much as possible, but in certain situations we'll let him. So we'll let him run through here if we can. Just mark the space. We get ourselves a good save, and that's a good little angle there. Thought he was going to miss it for a second and go in, but we'll take that. So in terms of diving early, that's a nice thing to see from a goalkeeper. We'll get the ball back to our opponent. Let's see if we can go down again. So let him tackle us here. Now we've got ourselves in a situation. And Meslier picks a ball up. Now we've got ourselves, check out his distribution. So he's got a pretty good goal kick on him. That's a nice pass out wide. Actually split the opponent open quite well. Get ourselves on a counter attack. So we've been tackled there. See if we get Mbappe through he is. To see if Meslier can come out quick enough. And that is a really good movement from the goalkeeper there. We get the ball straight back if we can. Keep getting into attack. So far I'm noticing with him is his positioning is very, very good. He does move in the right position where you need him to. We haven't really been tested too heavily just yet. So we'll see how we get on as we get himself here. And that one maybe he should have saved. 6'5". That's a little bit embarrassing. I know it's team of the year Mbappe, so they should go in. But maybe, just maybe, should have saved that. Right, let him go through here. We need to keep it to make a good save. And again, that's 2 shots now that have gone in. I could have moved the keeper, but I didn't. We'll let him get his toxic celebration and let him do what he wants. But that's now 2 shots that have been on target out of 2 that he hasn't saved. Rushing out's been very, very good. But for someone at 6'5", he should be maybe saving those a bit more. We'll have to try and take the lead now if we can. But that's a little bit disappointing from him. We won't let our opponent run through as much now and see if we can get some better angles. So that's an easy save for the keeper. We expect every keeper to make that save. But at least we know we can catch it. He's not completely lack of the ability to catch. So that's half-time. We'll have a look at his half-time performances. Noticing any shot across goal, he doesn't really save. Like his reactions aren't quick enough, which is a little bit disappointing because of his height and how I thought he would be. So we will have a look now at his half-time performance, and we'll have a look how he gets on in the second half, and we'll look back at the goals as well. So you see here he got 6.1. In terms of goalkeeping, he's had 7 shots against him, 3 on target, 1 save, 2 goals conceded, and 1 off the post. But in rushing out, he's really good. That's something I've noticed. I'll let my opponent go through and score a couple more, or try and shoot a couple more on target, and we'll just see how we get on. But so far, I'm not immediately impressed. I think he's a good card, but I don't know if he's worth the coins. But we shall see how we get on in this half. So he's got his Mbappe sort of through here. We're going to let him run through if we can. And for that long range shot, and it's a poor shot this time. And through here, he's got Messi clean through. We're going to mark the pass and see if we can... Oh, he's decided to pass it. But the keeper's made a mistake. Defender, and that's a really good save there from the defender. Really expected us to concede there, so I don't mind that. Let's see how good he is at coming out. He's going to try and go for near post. That's fine for me. Keeper's going to collect that easily. And that's something that's really good about a keeper this height. Let's see about his long throw. That's a very good throw in the counter-attack. Now going through. Away. Block off that pass, so he has to go for a shot. And again, across goal, he doesn't save it. And that's 3 out of 3 now, so he's not the best at saving him across goal. I could have moved the keeper, but I want to see if he can do it himself. Right, let's go back to try and taking the lead again if we can. As we take the lead again, so we are kind of just letting our opponents try and get some shots off on our goal and then taking the lead back. It is what it is, but I'm going to say that the fact that he can't save those across goal shots is a little bit concerning, especially if you play a little bit higher level, because if this guy's doing it and you play against people in top level rivals or top end foot champs, this could cost you a few goals. And we have got ourselves 2-goal lead again, so we're going to let our opponent run through now and just try and get a few more shots off at our keeper. I really want to test out if he goes near post or not. Next time he goes into a situation where I think he's going to shoot across goal, I will actually just move the keeper over myself. You let him cross it if he can. See if he saves. It's going to be a hard save, and again, that is a hard save. I'll give him that one. Maybe should be doing better. It's a little bit frustrating now that it seems like every single shot it goes on target. It just seems to be flying in. We'll have a look at statistics at the end, but this guy needs to realise that I'm letting him score and needs to calm down just a little bit. But as we immediately equalise down the other end, and now it's 6-4. When's he going to realise I'm letting him through and trying to test my keeper? We'll find out. But again, we'll see. We'll let him go through with his Mbappe a little bit. Try and mark it ever so slightly like we would in real life. Good tackle. Get robbed. Oh, what a shame. We've been absolutely tackled here. Let him cross it again. Again, he decides to try and pass it. Never mind. Give it back to him. Let's see if he takes a long-range shot. He doesn't. He keeps trying to pass it in the box. This is probably going to have, basically, with goalkeepers. People just try and pass it in. We'll give it back to him here. There you go. Have it back to your keeper. We'll let Messi run through here. Terrible. Oh, absolutely terrible defending. And again, even though it was offside, it went in. So I don't think this Meslier is actually that good, to be honest. Meslier is actually very good, to be honest with you. I think he is a little bit below average. Considering I'm letting this guy go through, and yeah, not every shot's an easy angle at one-on-one, but the ones across goal are the ones I think he should definitely be saving. That should be a keeper's bread and butter, especially at 6'5". You've got to remember he is very, very tall. So this is going to be a hard one. We're going to bring him out and fake him back. And you can see that he nearly fumbled it. And that was my exact evidence that we needed there. The shot across goal, we nearly fumbled it. It's a good save in the end, if you want to call it that. But he nearly gave it away. So I think that answers the question in itself. I don't know if he's a good keeper. He might just be good for you for chem reasons, but the rest I'm not too sure. So we are on foot, but it's about 41k. I'd imagine he gets really close to being his minimum, which is around 25k. I don't want to bash on goalkeepers too hard because it is down to how EA do things. We had a basic on him. I personally think basic's the best chem style for a goalkeeper, but that's a conversation for another day if you disagree. Being 6'5", with really good reactions that he had and positioning and reflexes, sorry, not reactions, I was expecting him to be much, much better than he was. The big problem was, I noticed straight away, his ability to dive from one side to the other, and I don't know if that's down to its acceleration or sprint speed in terms of how the body moves or how EA programmed it. But that is a big red flag because we're not even playing against the top level players who know how to manipulate goals, cross passes, outside the foot shots, etc. This is like basic goalkeeping in FIFA, and he kind of let us down in that situation. And that is a big red flag, as I mentioned. A little bit disappointing. So it's one of those with him. Like, I wanted to like him. I really did. I think it's going to be a massive don't buy for me personally. Don't normally say that about cards, but this one is for sure. If you want to pick him up, I completely understand. Try him out for yourself. Let me know in the comment section down below if he's been good for you. But I think he's going to be there for chem links only, and that's about it. It's a shame because he's got some really good traits for a goalkeeper. Even his height, like I mentioned, the statistics would suggest that he's going to be good coming for crosses, etc. like that. It's going to be really, really helpful. But if he can't dive from one side to the goal to the other side, what helpful or how useful is he going to be? That's the question. But as always, if you have any questions, comment down below. If you're new to the channel, I do a lot of player reviews, icon reviews, how to grind, pack openers, and much more. So if you like the sound of that, smash the like button and subscribe, and I'll hopefully catch you in the next video. See ya.